$1.7 billion. That's how much HYBE lost when BTS was thought to have announced their hiatus. So they were misinterpreted. They actually announced that they were going to start doing their individual activities along with their group activities. But because the media misunderstood them, either by mistake or by choice, then the day after the announcement, which happened during their annual BTS Festa dinner, the stocks went down 28%. The stocks of HYBE went down 28%. And then eventually JYP, SM, and YG, the three other biggest companies, entertainment companies in South Korea, their stocks also went down. Now, there was an economist who said this phenomenon, all of the stocks going down, was a result of BTS's announcement. And others said that no, the BTS had nothing to do with SM, YG, and JYP. It was because we entered the bear market. Now, this someone wanted me to clarify which is which. Was it really BTS that made this that caused the drop in stock value, or was it just the bear market? Okay, so I'll try to explain it in the simplest way that I can. All right. One thing, there are certain things we need to consider and understand first. BTS is a torchbearer, okay? And this is based on numbers. It has nothing to do with your biases. It has nothing to do with the record of the most number of views in YouTube or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that they are the torchbearer because anything that they do affect the economy of South Korea on a larger scale. So it's not like they sold 1 million copies of their album and that was it. No, anything that they do affects a bigger industry in South Korea. So it's not just the music industry itself. They affect the merchandising industry, they affect imports, they affect tourism, they affect the licensing of different. So whatever they do, the interest that they garner affect the entire entertainment industry, which affects the economy of South Korea. All right, so they're an important indicator in stocks. So that's one thing. Second is that you do need to understand that the stock market is actually highly speculative. It's a highly speculative market. So anything that and if something happens that one event could actually make thousands or millions of investors lose their confidence in either an industry or in the market. Okay, so that's why it is important to keep tabs of the major players in the financial industry, in stocks and different companies, because it's a very emotional thing. Like where you put your money for a lot of retail investors, that's an emotional investment most of the time. That's second. Third is that aside from the emotional aspect of investment, a lot of these companies are actually relying on data. A huge part of their decision would be caused by data, trends, charts. They have a lot in front of them. There's a lot of indicators that they look at. So when they say that, when they decide or when they know that when they consider BTS as a major indicator, as a major influencer of an industry, it's not because it's their bias. It's because that's what the number says. All right, now that we understand all of that, let's go into it. All right, so when I invest, especially the biggest investors, they usually have fund managers that would take care of the investment for them. Fund managers or business managers or financial managers. So these managers would actually be the ones to decide where to put their money. So assuming I have $200 million, then I give it to a fund manager that will manage my money, and that fund manager will diversify, meaning he's going to put that money into different assets. They diversify so that they distribute the risk, so that if one asset class, for example, an asset class is a group of assets that behave the same way. So for example, precious metals will be one asset class, cryptocurrency would be one asset class, stocks would be one asset class. So the tendency for them is to diversify so that even if the cryptocurrency asset class goes down, the rest of my investments are still safe. If the stock market goes down, then maybe I have precious metals and I have bonds and treasuries. Okay, so let's say my fund because stocks are usually a big chunk, a huge chunk of the money that is being invested. So they say, okay, you have $200 million, I will put $100 million in stocks and cryptocurrencies. So let's say 20% will go to the tech industry, and then the tech sector, and then 20% will go to the automobile industry. So that will be Tesla, Toyota, Ford, and then another 20% will go to pharmaceuticals, 20% will go to cryptocurrency, and then the 20% will go into the entertainment industry. All right. So specifically Korean entertainment industry, let's just assume. Now now I will look at the market, I will look at trends, indicators, flow charts, all of those things to make a decision on a day-to-day basis whether I want to sell or whether I want to hold. Usually this big investors, the fund managers, they're usually in there for the long haul, but they can make moves, they can sell as well. But as I've said, they look at different things. They look at charts, data, numbers, and then they look at the different developments that are happening in the industry. Okay, and then there are major players in each industry. So for example, Google is a major player. Google, Apple, Microsoft, anything that happens in that company could affect the entire industry. The same thing with pharmaceuticals or whatever. Okay, so let us assume in the tech industry, so that would be Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, we have a shortage of chips. And so I know, so what's happening is that because we have a shortage of chips, the companies are unable to fulfill the orders of the clients. So there's a queue. Basically, there's a lot of orders, there's a lot of demands, but they cannot supply it. Now, I know that that's going to happen, and I will then decide, is this good for the industry? Is it going to make the industry, the value of the entire tech industry go up or go down? So I will make my decision accordingly. Let's take another example. Let's take cryptocurrency, for example. Bitcoin and Ethereum are two of the biggest cryptocurrencies out there, and they're the most stable. The entire industry, the entire cryptocurrency industry is volatile, but Bitcoin and Ethereum are two of the most stable. But something happens to a smaller cryptocurrency, let's say Terra Luna. Someone hacked Terra Luna. I know for a fact that Bitcoin and Ethereum has nothing to do with that. But because there's a lot of other investors that will lose their confidence in the cryptocurrency, I know that the most likely reaction is to pull out of the cryptocurrency. So as a fund manager, I might say, okay, I'm going to pull out for now, see what's going to happen. I will reinvest my money, or maybe I'm just going to wait until things settle down. All right, let's take another example. Let's take the pharmaceutical industry, for example. When there AstraZeneca and J&J and a few others, they are providing vaccines. Now, people learn that the J&J vaccine is just an ordinary vaccine. It's not actually geared for COVID-19. So they were lying to everybody this entire time. So I might say, okay, Moderna and AstraZeneca and the rest, they don't have anything to do with that. But because the confidence of the market will be affected, I might decide I'm going to sell for now, and then I'm going to wait it out. Maybe I'm going to allocate my fund, or maybe I will just wait and keep it in cash, and then when the market becomes better, then I will buy in again. Okay. So that is what happened with the Korean entertainment industry. The biggest, the torchbearer, the major indicator, something happened to them. They announced, or people thought that they announced, they were going to go on hiatus. So the confidence of the market went down. So they thought like, well, the Korean entertainment industry is in trouble because the biggest indicator, the biggest torchbearer is going to take a rest. So they pulled out. So they will either allocate their money, or they will wait it out until things get better and then buy in again. Okay, next question is, why is it true that the other stocks went down because of the bear market? Okay, let's define what a bear market is. Bear market is a sustained 20% loss of the market for usually 2 months. So when the market continues to lose 20% of its value for 2 months, then we officially declare, then it's official, it becomes a bear market. So the loss happens first, and then it is sustained, and then the bear market is declared. It doesn't, someone's not going to go and say we're in the bear market and then the stocks will go down. It doesn't happen that way. Should be the losses first, and then we declare the bear market. Okay, now when the bear market, when people say, okay, we're officially in the bear market, and that has to be supported by actual numbers, and people realize, wow, we've been losing for 2 months, then yes, the stocks could further lose their value because the confidence of the market will go down further. Okay, but it's the loss first, and then we enter the bear market, and not the other way around. Now, the opposite of that is the bull market. So when things become better and things go up, 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 and then we know that it's going up for 2 months, then we know we are in the bull market. So bear go down, the bear goes down, bull goes up. Okay. Now, people might ask, like, how come this thing doesn't happen to like the music industry of the US? Because the music industry, the entertainment industry in the US is pretty much established. The Korean entertainment industry in the global financial industry is actually just starting. All of this talk about how big the Korean entertainment industry started because BTS made an impact, financial impact in the economy of Korea, and they started making a global economic impact. So the indicators are there. People are starting to see that, wow, BTS is really affecting the global financial industry. That's how big they are right now. That's why they become a major indicator. That's why people are starting to look at the Korean entertainment industry as a sector by itself. It cannot yet join the US entertainment industry because it's new, it's just starting. No one knows whether this is a fad, this is happening because BTS is so big, or maybe it is a start of something big, that BTS actually really unlocked the global influence of the Korean entertainment industry. So right now it's still sort of new, and people are still standing by and seeing what's going to happen. All they know for now is that BTS has a global impact in the global financial industry. That's why anything that BTS does affects the market confidence. Whether or not that's going to eventually, whether or not other groups will become a major player as well is yet to be seen. They don't know yet, but they know that BTS themselves is affecting the global, they have a huge effect in the global financial industry. That's why anything that they do is affecting the confidence of the market in the Korean entertainment industry. I hope that explanation is enough, and I hope that helped. Now, just as a tip, if you are going to get into stocks or any kind of investing, do consult experts, read a lot, but I personally like investing when the market is down. So when things are going down, when the stocks are at their rock bottom, that is the best time to buy for me, because when they go up, then I maximize my gains. So it's I look at the market going down. I look at this bear market as an opportunity, rather than a problem. This is actually a solution. For me, it's a solution because I've always wanted to. There's a lot of stocks out there that I want to buy that were just too expensive, and now because of the bear market, it has gone down, so it's better for me. Now all I need to do is wait. Of course, I'm not sure if it's going to go down further. If it goes down further, that is fine. I can eat up and wait, and then just wait until it goes up again. Then I will realize my gains. So that's it. But do consult a lot of financial experts, and good luck.